Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. This is Brenden, Foland, your Government Relations Director, here again with another Facebook Live update for what's happening down at the legislature. I have Marisol Garcia with me this week again to talk about something going on next week. But first, we wanted to jump into some of the action at the Capitol this past week. It was luckily another quiet week. We had one bill that the AEA is opposed to, that went through the House. That is Senate Bill 1412. That, if you may remember, that is the newer version of the teacher gag bill. It received a strike everything amendment in the House, then went to the floor on Wednesday and passed out of, received actually a very hefty amendment, making it substantially worse and an even more blatant attack on educators. But that ended up passing, unfortunately, along party line votes. Debate was very contentious in the House, and the bill barely made it through, but it is headed to the Senate for a final vote there. It doesn't have to go through committee or anything else. It will just go straight to the final read for one final vote to determine whether or not it gets sent to the governor's office for signing. Other than that, we are in that fun time of the year where it is budget watch. So they have attempted to pass one budget already, the skinny budget, if you will, which was just a continuation of last year's budget. It would have left, the $5.3 billion we have on the table just sitting in a bank account and not being spent. That did fail in committee. So now we are waiting while they kind of lick their wounds and figure out what their next plans are for the budget. We have heard that there are negotiations going on behind the scenes, but so far there have been no breakthroughs, no new budget bills, nothing going on. So we're just kind of waiting and seeing and trying to figure out what we can. But on that, I want to pass it over to Marisol Garcia to talk about some of the actions we're going to take next week. Marisol, you're muted.
I'm talking to myself. Anyway, hi everyone, happy Friday. And for a lot of us, school's out for summer, at least for a lot of our students. I know many of you are going to be working summer school and additional jobs and hopefully spending some time with your family. But on Tuesday, we're going to ask you to join us at events that are happening throughout the state to lift up the educators' budget that we have presented to you several times on this stream, via email, via text, etc. What we are asking the legislators and the governors to do, which is to invest in our students, invest in us, invest in our communities. We know that as working families, as working parents, as working grandparents, siblings, etc., of students in Arizona schools, it's time to invest in our systems, our public school systems. And so therefore, we're going to ask you to join us on Tuesday. We have events happening in Flagstaff, events happening in Sierra Vista and in Tucson. We're going to flood this at the bottom of this on Facebook with a bunch of the events. We'll be emailing you over the weekend, just as a reminder to head out and join us. For a lot of us that are in Maricopa County or close to the Capitol, where the decisions will be made in those two buildings, well, the three buildings on the 9th floor, we'll be down at the Capitol at 10 a.m. I'm going to ask you, I'm personally asking you to come join me as we go down and share our stories and make our demands known. This budget is a good, healthy request that we're asking for. We're asking for this investment, not just for this year, but ongoing. And of course, we're going to have conversations, but we're going to ask our friends and everyone that's been elected to policy, to make these policy decisions, to sign their name on a budget line. We're going to be inside and outside. We are going to make it enjoyable and fun. And it will be a perfect way to come back from your Memorial Day weekend. So again, be looking for text messages coming to you, emails coming to you. Share this wide for our local leaders, for site reps that are out there throughout the state. Ask 2 of your friends to join you. It's a good day to go grab a coffee and come head down and join us for these events. And I would not want to end this week's update without just really sharing all of our hearts that are going on in our schools right now and the conversations that are happening regarding safety in our schools. And just a reminder of why educators are so valuable parts of our community, why we as educators need to be listened to, and why when it comes time to decisions about what happens in our schools and what's best for our children, that not only as educators are part of that, but a lot of us who are parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and siblings are part of these conversations. And one of the ways to make sure that our students have the best educational opportunity is to invest in them, have highly qualified people in those classrooms, the best resources. If there's anything we should be investing in, it's in our kids. So thank you, everyone. Enjoy this weekend. Be looking for updates. I can't wait to see you on Tuesday. If you're heading up to Flagstaff, please enjoy the Flagstaff event, the Sierra Vista event, or the Tucson event, but we will be down at the Capitol. We'll see you 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Thanks, everyone.